All right, guys, here we go. Been a few days got by me, but I got something special for you all. And man, I'm really going to bring you all home to why I say I amology. Um, there's some great speakers online. Now you're gonna see me put on a different shirt in a little bit because I got a nice treat for you. I'm gonna show you some things so you can some applications, not just talk. Um, but I know that I am addressing I am. So I don't say me, my, because I don't prefer to refer to the finite linear person. Well, first of all, there's no person. This coming week, my website will be up. And on the website, you're going to see links of other speakers and their videos. So you click on the link, it'll take you right to their video on YouTube. And there's a gentleman named, I'm trying to recall his name from heart. I believe it's Nasgata from India. And he says there's no such thing as a person. So when you hear these things the first time, you're like, whoa, what? There's no such thing as a person. There's only I am. So now we get that idea out the way, right? And see, I'm going to do something in a little bit with this bag. I'm going to trip you guys out, but I'm telling you, you are I am. I am is actually wearing our flesh. These body garments, these fleshly body garments are I am's clothing. So there's no us. There's no me. There's no we. There's only I am. Now I know for English sake, pronouns, me, we, we're not separate. The only thing that separates I am as what appear to be us is the vibrational frequency that we allow ourselves to magnetically vibrate as. So if someone is vibrating with as our truest nature, which is love, then all the beings that are vibrating as that love, we're one energy. Those who like to vibrate as H-A-T-E, yeah, because you got them out there, you know, especially in America. I'm just going to call this out. There are beings who like to subscribe to H-A-T-E. But what they don't know, and we already know that's an ignorant move in the first place. It's ignorant. There's nothing good about it. I mean, even to the point where they believe they can go out and start physically harming other beings. Let me tell you something. I boxed 4.5 years. I still train. I study martial arts. I was somewhere with my younger brother one time. I got off work, and about 6 guys, we were in a neighborhood, and they would, I was standing there, had my backpack on, freshman year of college, and it's this I'm not going to mention the city, but anyway, they would hire college students for the summer because a lot of their regular workers would take vacations with their families. Summertime, a lot of them would go on vacations. So they hired college students, and we had to write a letter to have them, basically express why we would be good candidates to replace those permanent workers who were taking vacations. So basically, we had a good summer job, well, good paying summer job. It turned out not to be that good of a job, but the job paid well. Anyway, as loving and peaceful as I am, as a child, I wouldn't say forced, but I would say motivated to defend myself. I was. Because I was bullied on a lot when I was a child. And I used to run to my brothers a lot. So my parents said, okay, that's it. He's going to have to learn how to defend for himself. He can't keep running to his brothers. So they put me in boxing training. My training was immensely tough. There was no mercy. There was no room for mistakes. None. So the first thing he started teaching I'm going to say I am instead of me, was karate. Then boxing. That was the main core self-defense training. And then when he saw that I got really, really good as a boxer, he said, I'm going to teach you some wrestling techniques as well, because what's going to happen is if you get into a situation where you have to defend yourself, and that bully or anyone who you in combat with, they're going to realize they can't beat you as a boxer. First thing they're going to do is trying to wrestle you to the ground. So then I had, like, I would say 3/4, like actually, yeah, about 3/4 of my training was boxing. And then a quarter was um, wrestling. So like Monday, 75% boxing, then 25% wrestling. Tuesday, 75% boxing, 25% karate. And that was consistent. So got to the point where I was bullied on, and these children didn't know I was in training. And so my brothers, I ran to get them, and then they looked and they said, do what you know, because they were in training with me. And I turned, looked at that kid that was bullying me. Man, I went to work on him. I just cut loose. That boy knew he couldn't bother me anymore. That feeling felt good that I stood up for I am self. So I'm taking a moment to say this because I'm going to lead up to a story. When I felt that I could defend I am self, and without my brothers helping me, I felt an empowerment, like, whoa, I can protect this body that I've been given. Self-defense is not violence. Self-defense is a good thing to keep violence off of you. Because some people will let HATE move them into a violent place. And then they want to come do you bodily harm. So the self-defense that I learned is to protect this bodily gift that I am, this garment, this fleshly garment that I am is wearing as this body. So now I'm going to fast forward to my college days from my childhood. That confidence, that training that I was getting, it was too tough. I'm not going to say too tough. I take that back. I wish that I'd loved boxing, because you all would have known me as a champion. That's how well I was being trained. After 4.5 years, I asked my parents, I don't want to do this anymore, But they could tell that I learned enough that I'll be able to defend myself. I am self. I'm going to say I am self instead of myself. So they were like, okay. When I first asked, they didn't take I am out. And then second time, no. Third time, fourth, fifth, then okay. But they knew at that point, he's good. So I'm lead up to, love is a very powerful, wonderful, creative natural force. That's the foundation which brings forth all of us on this planet. Because this being they call God is love. And that's all of us. But then there are some beings who want to subscribe to a lower nature, which is HATE. All right? So when somebody does that and they come toward you, then you love the body you are to protect yourself. I don't believe in that nonviolence. I do believe in nonviolence, but I believe in self-defense. Self-defense is not violence. And there were two major characters in the past, prominent beings that said nonviolence, and they both were shot. Gandhi and Dr. King. Now, they really tried to solve the issue by not interacting physically. But, you have the right, if somebody's going to try to sell themselves to some stupid idea in their head, and then now let that stupid idea move them into physical activity to hurt or harm your body, you have the right to defend yourself. And that defense shouldn't be classified as violence. That's called self-defense. So now I'm going to fast forward to a situation. Because, see, love is expressed in many ways. Self-defense, that's part of love. And I'm most grateful to my brother, Bruce Lee, the GOAT of martial arts. He loved his body enough to defend his body. His I am body. See, I have a video on my channel called Bruce Leeology, I Am Bruce Lee. So that was I am as Bruce Lee. All right? So he loved the body, the garments, enough to defend that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And no one should be saying, oh, that's called self-love, self-defense. So anyway, also when some beings were shouting the N-word to me. And they ignited that fighter. When they did, I turned and looked. It was 6 of them. So they kept shouting that to my brother and I, my younger brother. And I said to them, you talking to me? And they said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I was like, boy, you picked the wrong guy. I popped my backpack off. My younger brother said, no. And I charged them and they charged me. It was the 6 guys. I didn't even care about it being 6 guys. Man, I was like, hey, you're going to respect me. You don't love me? Fine. Keep that to yourself. But don't try to disrespect I am. Don't try to do that. So I charged him. And in the middle of them, they swinging, I'm swinging, I'm weaving, ducking, dodging, throwing combinations. And they didn't, 6 guys swinging at me. How did they not hit I am? Like, I never got hit. I got hit in shoulders, maybe chest, but not here. And I'm hitting. Bah, 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 bah. So then my younger brother jumped in. By the body weight of 6 guys pressing us forward, moved us back to the bus. And so our backs are to the bus. And these 6 guys, so it's 6 against 2. And I know this is a motivational video and I'm talking about this, but that's okay. This is part of life. So I'm still swinging. Boom, boom, boom. All the time I'm going, I never took a moment from the activity, but I'm going to tell you something that was surprising to I am when this was over. So right in the middle, I see my arms going up, my younger brothers. And then all of a sudden I see a third pair of arms. This was a guy who looked like the guys who were calling us N-word jumped in and started helping us. I was like, whoa. So now it's 3 against 6. So we fought them off and was able to get on the bus. Then we ready to leave. My younger brother was like, oh, he's looking at his hand. And I'm still like in that fight mode because they just basically summoned that fighter up and the fighter just took the body I am and said, okay, let's go to work. So I'm on the bus talking to my younger brother. He was like, because I ended up hitting someone hard enough and I kind of hurt his hand. And he was showing me where I injured his hand. I was like, oh, I apologize. I was so locked in. It took him to show me 3 times before I apologized. I was just totally in the moment. Then all of a sudden I saw something that was weird. The bus driver tried to drive off. And I was only like 21. This bus driver was like 39, 40, somewhere around there. And the guy who jumped in to help us, I didn't realize he was outside. So he was on the bumper, holding on to the window wipers. And all 6 of those guys were trying to, like 3 of them was trying to pull him down. The other 2, they was hitting him in his legs and all that. So I jumped up and I told that bus driver, I said, look, open the door. And the guy didn't want to open the door. That warrior came up and took over I am body again. And I shot at that bus driver and pointed at him. And he looked up at I am. And he was like, he's I am too. Open the door. And I said, you better not pull off. Park the bus. He parked the bus. I went out there. My younger brother followed me. And we fought those 6 guys off that guy and pulled them on the bus. And he was sitting there. Now, I'm trying to avoid using physical identifications like white and black. I don't like giving it to those descriptions. But he looked like them, complexion-wise, skin-wise. And I said, where are you going? We fought and got him back in because he helped us. So I was like, where are you going? And he was like, oh, I got to go. I said, listen, you can't go back to this bus depot. You're going to have to find another route. That's why we end up here. The bus that I used to take home from work stopped running, so I waited to come up here. So I said, don't get off at the next stop or next 2 stops. Wait, maybe 5, 6 stops and then find another route. He said, okay. And he sat there and I thanked him for his help. And he thanked us for helping him. Now, here's something that was interesting. In the whole midst of that, I never had hate for those 6 guys that called me the N-word that I was fighting. There was no hateful feeling in I am heart. None. I was shocked at that. I was like, wow. I was just defending I am self. I am body. But it was not that I took on their hate. I didn't take on their hate. I was operating as love, protecting the body I am. So when you see someone protecting themselves, that's an expression of love too. I do not believe if I turn the other cheek, let me show you how I turn the other cheek. It'll be this cheek, and then I'll throw a kick up like, bow, and it'll be that cheek. And then maybe I may turn this cheek to throw another kick or a roundhouse kick. So I turn the other cheek. You got that? I turn the other cheek, defending I am self. I ain't gonna crawl up in no ball unless somebody beat on this wonderful body I am. This is the gift that I am gave I am. And this gift was put on this planet to express love, not to be hated on and beated on and spit up. None of that. I don't play that. You come at me, I'm gonna show you that you're messing with a champion. Now I know usually inspirational speakers don't talk like this, but this is part of love too. This is I am's body. This belongs to I am. And this body was sent here to be loved by I am. And we're supposed to be loving each other here on this planet, not giving ourselves some stupid reason to operate opposite of love. So when I was in combat with those 6 guys, that was an expression as love, protecting this wonderful garment. And then in that case, my younger brother, and then I extended that to that gentleman who jumped in to help us, who looked just like those guys flesh-wise. So then I said, now I'm going out there to save this guy. And then we all sat down. You know what I was happy to realize? It took a little while. I was sitting there with my brother, and I was like, man, I don't hate those guys. That was an amazing feeling that I was just defending I am self. But their hate did not infect I am's loving nature. That was amazing. I was like, whoa. Now here's something else going to shock you. I was sitting on the bus and I was going, how is it that I didn't get hit? I felt punches like on my shoulder, sometimes my chest. I'm like, even before my younger brother jumped in and before that guy jumped in, I was in the middle of 6 guys. And I was throwing combinations and weaving. And on halfway to the other guy, he was still on the bus. I was like, man, no, he got off. And I was like, I don't recall getting hit in the face. To this day, I can't tell you if I got hit in the face. I cannot. But I was totally locked in. And I do remember saying these words. You're going to respect. I use the word M-E. You're going to respect me, mother. I remember saying that. So here's the thing. I don't care if you don't love me. That don't matter to me. I love I am self enough. I'm enough love as I am self. But what I will tell you, if you come in my presence and you close to me face to face, I'm going to show you respect. You're going to see that automatically. And I demand that same respect back. Don't lose it and get twisted that you have the right to come and show me disrespect, because I'm going to show you that you don't. And I'm going to love the whole time I'm doing that. I don't play that guilt trip, because I don't do anything in I am life to be guilty about. I like to spell the words, cancel saying the words, but G-U-I-L-T-Y. I don't do anything, no. By any means necessary, I will defend this wonderful body that I am is wearing as I am, the garment. And I am that right and power to do so. And I don't need no one's permission. No one. I love I am self that much. I respect I am self. And I extend that respect to everywhere I go and everyone I meet. And I demand that in return. Period. So I was watching a video and I saw these sisters, they was addressing some HATE. And my advice to them was, don't be hurt by someone HATING in you. Don't be hurt by that. Go look in the mirror and say, I love I am self. And shower your whole physical presence as love. Because you're the love that you're pouring out over your body. Some beings want to give themselves a reason not to love you. That's their business until they bring it before you. Because let me tell you something. Ignorance of, and they say law. There's no spiritual law. You hear people talking about the law of attraction. No, it's not. There is only I am attracting. There's no law of attraction. I don't care how many writers say there, how many people speak in the book. Because you look at I am 8:58, translation, John 8:58. Before Abraham was, I am. Now let me tell you, the Bible is allegorically, metaphorically, and symbolically written. Abraham is an allegorical name that in parentheses means manifestation. So before I manifest this physical universe that included a world that I put the first physical bodies on, I am. So this is I am's body. And this body is I am loving garment. And this body deserves love and respect. And being that I'm a male, this body was made to be with women to bring forth the next generation. I'm clear about that. There's no confusion here. See, clarity is also an expression of love. Confusion is not a quality of love. So I brought that up because, again, bullying can come out in more than one ways. I worked in the movie industry, and you're told, oh, don't make these people feel bad. But then when you're approached by that, where's the feelings for me not to feel uncomfortable that they're approaching me with that? Nobody talked about that. So I have to start standing up for myself. Hey, man, listen, hey, that's not my stuff. Don't bring it over here. But before I stood up, I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to make them feel, but then I was like, but how you feeling right now? That felt uncomfortable to be approached like that. It really did. That's not my thing. My parents have 7 young men. Well, we were little boys. They had 7 girls, and we all about the next generation. And you can only bring forth the next generation if you with the opposite, with the man with woman, woman with man. Now, I don't want to get off into this too much, but I'm letting you know that bullying can be done more than one way. So we got to learn how to respect others. That's a form of love. When you self-respect, and then you respect others. And you don't push your ideas on others. So if somebody decides to sell themselves out to HATE, they are that vibration. That vibration is going to be the manifestation as the body they are. But now, don't turn around and say, let me offer this to someone else's body, to what appears to be someone else's body. No, you made that deal, you cut that contract, then cut that contract just for that body. Because somehow you disconnected with I am, because I am is not doing that. You decide to connect with something else. And then now you're taking that body and doing other things. Now you want to try to push that on others. It's not cool. That's bullying also. Trying to hypnotically, telepathically send ideas to someone. You bombard their consciousness with ideas that's not I am. That's not cool. Be loving enough not to do that. But I will tell you this. There's a verse in the Bible, Joel 3:10. I like to say I am 3:10. Joel 3:10. Let the WAK say I am strong. Now, somebody named maybe Michael Smith. He's not saying Michael Smith is strong. In the latter part of that sentence, I am strong. That's basically announcing I am back into the garment body that I am created. Because no man on this planet created this body or anybody. Which is why one of the things I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do 3 videos. This is part 1. I would never try to lead anyone since I didn't make anyone. Even I am sons. I just took part of the propagating process with I am's wife, partner, my son's mom, to bring forth I am self as the next generation. So I allowed I am to use I am's body the way I am created I am body. But I am. So as I am, did I make I am sons? Yes. But that's an infinite process that the finite reason can't gather. Because no one who's listening to I am in the finite brain can make a hand. These are already given to us, expressed as us. So if we just go with nature, how nature is expressing I am self, then everything is great. Don't fall out of line, out of love, and then start creating an opposite idea, and then don't stop it at the body that you decide. Because let me tell you something. Ignorance of I am is no excuse. Everyone is a creator. So if you're vibrating feelings, usually start with ideas. That's why I say problem solver, problem solver, problem solver. Questions, answers. finite infinity. HATE, love. Intelligence, always no compassion. Wisdom, the reality as compassion. Problems are always solved when you go here. You live in here, you create a life full of lessons. You live here, you live as here, you create a life full of lessons. You live as here, you create a life full of blessings. The first organ in the woman's body when she's notified she has life in her is the heart. The heart creates all the other organs, including the brain. The brain stops, the heart keeps pumping. The heart stops pumping, the brain crashes. So don't live backwards. This would be what they call GOD. This would be what they call DOG. God turned around. That's why I always say heaven high. I never say HELLO. I'm going to say that 2 more times so the bell can ring. I answer my phone heaven high, or I say good day. But I say heaven high, and they go, what? But I'm not going to say HELLO. I'm summoning the highest as I am, not the lowest. Now I know that plane just landed on your runway and you got the message. So this video is great. We're getting warmed up. I'm going to shoot 2 more. We're going to get into some good stuff here. Remember this. You are loved. You have the right to be loved. You are respect. You have the right to respect yourself and be respected. You are the garments as I am, the loving garments as I am. So you have the right to receive and experience love as the life you are and as every what's called people, places, things, moments, circumstances, events, and experiences. You are that right and power. You don't have to tolerate anything less than love. Now somebody try to bring you something less than love, you are loving enough and powerful enough to stand up as the self you are. Don't tolerate that. So I seen some of these things and I sent lessons to these. Hey, okay, these people subscribing to something that they can't handle when that comes upon them. Because believe me, what they put out will come back. There's a verse in the Bible, and I like to say I am. You're going to hear me say I am first, then translation. There's a verse in the Bible that goes like this. Isaiah 55:11, but I'm going to go ahead and say I am 55:11. Translation, Isaiah 55:11. I am the words that be that goeth forth out of I am mouth and shall prosper whereunto I send them and shall not return to I am body void. Now let me tell you something. You are the word. You don't have to speak a word. You are vibration as the word. So you're not just words going forth out of your mouth, out of you mouth. You are the mouth, not your mouth, you mouth. But you are vibration, invisible, unseen, infinite vibration. I am the infinite vibration in parentheses, word that goeth out from I am and shall prosper whereunto I send I am and shall not return to I am body void. So if somebody's out there using HATE, you can guarantee you they're not happy and they're not getting the best. And they try to push that on other beings. The best thing they can learn how to do is be loved and be loving and experience love. Because ignorance of knowing that you're a creator is no excuse. Ignorance of knowing that you're a creator, ignorance, not knowing you're a creator is no excuse for the creation that shall fall upon the body. So I guarantee you this, those who are putting out HATE, if you study them, you will see the visitation of what they've been putting out has come back in their body as their bodies and as the form as other what appear to be people, places, things, moments, circumstances, events. Let me say that slower. What they're putting out shall return to the body, not void, as the form of people, places, things, moments, circumstances, events, and experiences. See, they said ignorance of the law is no excuse. Most beings believe in man's law. No, there's I am. And I am is not a law. I am is a reality, a real, let me check this camera and see if I'm still recording this. Okay, yeah, we still got a couple more minutes. So this is the first one. I know everybody will be like, whoa, hey, Here are the things. Just because you're saying you're talking about I am talking this, don't mean that you can't address what I addressed it on this recording. You know, we on this planet here, and sometimes you encounter situations, and even if you defend yourself, that's an act of love, because I am is actually moving as the body to defend the body. The body is fleshly garments one as I am and by I am. Now listen, let me say this before this video ends, because we're gonna move on to the next video. I'm gonna have 3 recordings. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave only encouraging comments. This is Amology. No debate and no apology. One more time. This is Amology. No debate and no apology. No apology. Say it one more time. This is Amology. No debate and no apology. Okay? So, I am not a minister, not a deacon, not a pastor. I'm not studying or interested in studying to be one. But what I am is a truthful conversationalist, a joyful, happy, blissful conversationalist. So just because I quote from the scripture, don't classify me with a certain religion. That book is meant for that book. You can use that. Anyone can use that book without a religious classification. Now, there's one religion that I do. If you want to say religion, I'll say I'm a practice. Not say it's a practice. I'm a practice. Is I practice Buddhism. Some techniques from Buddhism, but I wouldn't call myself a Buddhist.